Welcome back, guys. Hope you're all having a great day out there. Yesterday was the 10th single day largest liquidation event in the history of crypto. I want to talk to you about what just happened, what's currently happening, what comes tomorrow. Also, we're going to talk about the price of XRP and my personal strategy here. If you do like these types of videos, today don't type an X, type an S in the comment section. If you're marked safe, click that like button and let's get into it. As 230 billion was wiped from the crypto market cap yesterday. It was a wild ride yesterday, as it is the 10th largest single day liquidation event in history. And I think most of you that are OGs out there can agree and attest to the fact that this was not a normal day. Yes, in the crypto market, I've been in the traditional markets over a decade, and crypto just over 6. You do get used to volatility, but yesterday on essentially a random Saturday, we saw a pullback that was worse than FTX and COVID, as we saw 2.5 billion. If we look at the data, 2.5 billion was liquidated. And with the FTX collapse, we saw 1.6 billion, COVID crash 1.2 billion. And yesterday we saw Bitcoin plunge below 77K. It wiped out an unbelievable 2.53 billion of trader money in just 24 hours. And a lot of people are scratching their head like, why did this happen? What caused the free fall? Well, that's what I want to talk to you about first. Is I believe it's a combination of things. Yes, we have a partial government shutdown. Yes, a lot of people are hawkish still on the Federal Reserve pick that Donald Trump picked. We know that there was a lot of the herd mentality, as we saw manipulation on top of a herd mentality. And we talked a little bit about this in the video yesterday, as generally speaking, when you see these types of crashes, that doom and gloom that comes out, and a lot of people saying it's all going to zero and it's all over, that just amplifies things. That creates more panic selling. And a lot of retail out there, typically speaking, does go with the herd and starts selling, and that just adds to a cascading effect. And so we saw that. We know there are certain situations that are very interesting with what is going on with the banking sector as well. And I wanted to talk about this. Is JP Morgan actually on the 30th, believe it or not, closed its shorts at the exact bottom, as we saw a historic crash in silver and gold. I found that kind of interesting, but at the same time, not exactly surprising. So was this luck that they closed at the exact bottom and coincidence, or was this blatant market manipulation? I think we all know the answer there. If we take a look historically, what has happened, 5 major banks in the past were criminally charged for manipulating the silver markets, and JP Morgan being one of them, 920 million back in 2020. And JP Morgan actually admitted wrongdoing for market manipulation of silver back in 2020. And Morgan Stanley actually in 2013 and 2014 as well. And so what we have right now going forward is, the good thing is we saw fresh capital come into XRP ETFs. We saw 16.79 million worth of fresh capital intake. Now, I'm not saying, if we take a look at the price, and let's take a look at the price, I'm not saying we can't go lower. And the reality of the matter, and my obligation to you all, is not to give you hype or hopium, but talk to you about the reality of the matter, is that we could definitely go lower. I'm not here to spread fear mongering, or FUD, but that is the reality. I think we're finding some support here, and we do have some good things coming that could help get us out of this and reversal. But the reality of the matter is we could drop lower. So I want to just come out and be real and honest with you on what is currently happening. Now, next week's schedule, it could make things volatile. We got US GDP data coming out on Monday. We know Tuesday the Fed's going to inject 6.9 billion. Wednesday, an FOMC announcement, and on Friday, U.S. economy report. So it's going to be an interesting week ahead. As we know, tomorrow, Ripple will be represented at the White House with the crypto summit. Now, my last and final message I want to put out to you guys is, I'm with my family right now on my way through Missouri, on our way to our final destination, San Diego. These updates won't stop, and neither will XRP. And when I take a look at XRP, I think it's on its way to its final destination. It doesn't always seem that way or feel that way, and it's a rocky road. But the final destination for XRP is a price much higher than where it's at right now. And why is that? Well, distributed ledger technology is the future, and we're seeing developments and progress in this space in crypto. And we're going to keep an eye tomorrow on what comes out of the crypto summit. I'm going to continue to get you real-time updates and summaries of what is going on. But I think that's important to understand when we have times like this in a current market and these conditions, just zoom out and take a look at what is actually happening. What is actually happening in this space? A lot of progress, but yet we get closer every single day to finally seeing the rules of the road, the regulations that we need in this market to move this entire market into a new era. Those are my thoughts, my opinions. Let me know yours in the comment section below, and I'll see you all in the next one.